going to leave you, okay? I'm afraid I'm around for the duration.
Well, today I'm taking a look at some exclusive and previously unseen footage from on stage, backstage, and even in my guests' homes. Now, I recently met Fiona, who had only 3 weeks to wait until she was to discover if her cancer had returned. But Fiona wasn't just worried about the test results, but whether her fiancé Steve would walk out on her. Have a look at this. Fiona, you've been through hell, haven't you?
Yes.
Can you tell me about when it started, the cancer?
I was 32 when I got diagnosed with ductal carcinoma in situ, which is early stage breast cancer. That was after my 4th operation.
4th operation? And how old are you now? You're
39.
39.
Sorry.
That's all right. And you've just had all of these tests. That's pretty scary. And what are they tested for?
Just had an endoscope 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I've been diagnosed with ulcerative colitis.
Right.
They've also took biopsies to see if I've got bowel cancer.
And those are the awful results you're hanging on for.
Yeah, and then next week I go for a full body scan to see what shadow my spine is.
Oh, darling. Now you've got Steve in your life, haven't you? How long have you and Steve been together?
A year ago, March.
A year ago. Now, what are you scared of will happen between you and Steve?
I'm scared if the cancer is back, it's going to force us away, apart.
Why? Why will it force you to part?
Because I'm a real when things go wrong, because I like to be in control, I'm not.
We all do. It's scary.
I can just go off temper tantrums and things like that. But he's so good, he just sits there and he doesn't shout, he just says, come on Fee, and put his arms around me and he'll hug me.
Do you sit and talk to Steve about this, or is it...
We try to, but it's difficult because...
What happens if you try and talk to him about it?
He just says, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
But you're scared, you think, I know what I'm like when I go through this. You think you're pushing...
If I had my way, I'd go through the illness on my own and then come back to Steve when I was better.
Do you love him? Very much. Should we get him out here and get the two of you talking? Because he's the one who should be holding your hand, not me. Yeah? Let's meet him. Please welcome Steve. You can pull your chair up if you want. Steve, did you hear what Fiona had to say?
Oh yes, I heard everything.
And what do you want to say to her?
Well, I just want to tell her that I'm not going to leave her.
You tell her.
I'm not going to leave you, okay? I'm afraid I'm around for the duration.
What? So what happens if it is?
But if the cancer does come back, I think, Fiona, you were saying, weren't you, that you get pretty narky, you get angry, and that's what she's scared will push you away.
Oh, I'm very thick-skinned. So basically, I'll most probably say, okay dear, but I'm afraid I'm not going to go anywhere.
How do you feel that? Do you believe that?
I think it's just me and the guilt.
Guilt?
Yeah.
What are you guilty?
I feel terribly guilty about the illness.
Tell me how that makes you feel guilty.
I feel guilty because I've got it and Steve's got to go through it.
So you feel guilty, what, that you can't be, how, with him? How should you be? You know, we always
I can't be my usual self-confident, bubbly self. I've lost all my confidence. I hate going clothes shopping. It's such an ordeal. Steve holds my hand and it takes a quarter of an hour for his hand to come back to life. And his top's usually wet with tears because I have panic attacks. I can't face going shopping.
Hi. I just want to say, first of all, you're not a wreck. You're so brave to be sitting there telling all of us what you're going through. And that's going to make me think twice. I go clothes shopping, get the yarn because I've put a few pounds on. I won't be doing that anymore. So thank you for being so brave. And that little man you've got there is great. And I hope you are happy for as many more years as you possibly can be.
Have you got any support groups? Are you in contact with other women going through similar things?
Through my website I actually offer support and...
But actually face to face, because you know, if you're on a website or you're typing away, you can't see, for instance, I can see you now and I can see your tears, I can see your face, I can see your face lift when you hear other people give you words of encouragement. Those are the things you can't pick up through a website. Have you joined a group? There are a lot of support groups, and what I was going to say is one of the things you could do is to talk to your doctor. If there's a hospital, there should be a support group. Now what I would like you to do, you don't know this yet, either of you, is to spend the day with Ricky, our counsellor, who'll do some work with you, Fiona, on centering on, a lot of the people in the audience have brought that up, on the whole you, on your confidence, because I know it's there, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to come out here onto the stage if you didn't have any, but to work on boosting all of that, and therefore helping the two of you, and then come back on a later show, and we'll see how your journey has gone, because I think that will inspire a lot of people, and most of all I hope it'll inspire you. Is that something that you'd like to do?
Yes.
Yeah? Now, and sometimes you feel like you're the only one who's gone through something like that. Is there anybody else that's gone through?
Yes, I went through a mastectomy.
And what's your name?
Sadie.
Sandy, yeah.
26 years ago. There is life at the end of it.
Were you scared as well?
Yes, I suppose I was. I think people would be lying if they said initially that they weren't frightened of what was going to happen to them and the journey that they were going to take.
So you can understand how Fiona feels?
Very much understand. But I'd also like to add that it's led me to do things that I would never have done if I hadn't have had breast cancer.
Like what? Things like that?
I've been a model in a top fashion show that was just for people that had had breast cancer. Right. I've been to number 10 Downing Street, Houses of Parliament, all to do with having had breast cancer. Met some very interesting people.
So it's opened a lot of doors.
Opened lots of doors for me, lots of doors which I would never have done had I not. I prefer not to have had it, mind you. But it has opened lots of opportunities as well for me.
And the fear goes eventually?
Eventually, yes, it does eventually, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Fiona, this is Ricky, who's going to go off with you and Steve now and do some work together for the rest of the day. And as I said, we'll catch up with you again and see how that's gone. So, Ricky, I'll get you to lead them off stage.
Thank you.
We're going to stay in touch with Steve and Fiona. In fact, we're going to have them back on a future show to see how they're going.
I'm going to leave you, okay? I'm afraid I'm around for the duration.